Hi everyone, I hope you're okay, and I hope that the videos we keep uploading are helping you out. On this video guys, we are tackling the first question from the mid-year examination, which was written in the province of Gauteng in the year of 2024. Please do expect a total number of 9 videos since the question paper had 9 questions in total. And please guys, do take these seriously. I strongly believe that knowing how to tackle exam questions will give you an edge whenever you write your mid-year exam, your preliminary exam, and most importantly, your final examination. So please guys, do share the video to your peers so that they may have the same edge as you. Another thing guys I want to ask you is, please guys, do help us grow the channel by just subscribing. Okay, question 1 guys is just a multiple choice question. We will be given 4 possible answers. All you have to do is to just choose the most correct answer we have. 1.1, we are told that two forces F1 and F2 are applied on a box lying on a frictionless surface as shown below. The magnitude of F1 is greater than that of F2. So the magnitude of the force which is applied to pull this box of ours towards the right is greater than the force that is applied to pull the box towards the left. So this simply means that our resultant force, our F net, will also be towards the right. Remember the Newton's second law, guys. It simply states that a body will accelerate in the direction of the resultant force, and then it continues, right? So if the direction of the net force is towards the right, that means the acceleration of our object will be towards the right. So the correct answer is B over there. And then 1.2, we are told that a 5 kg iron shot put and a 10 kg aluminum shot put with the same diameter fall freely from the shelf, from the shaft that is 12 meters above the ground. Ignore the effects of air friction. These two shot puts, guys, are just under free fall. Okay, the question says, when the shot puts are 3 meters above the ground, they have the same, since they are both under free fall, guys, they are both accelerating due to gravity. Together they are accelerating under the influence of gravitational force only. So what they have in common is their acceleration. It's just 9.8 meters per second squared vertically downwards. Okay, and then 1.3, we are told that two asteroids A, S, and T having masses m and 2m respectively are on a course for colliding. Okay, and then we are told that if the magnitude of the force accelerates, if the magnitude of the acceleration on asteroid S is A, then the magnitude of the acceleration on the asteroid T will be equal to, okay, remember that guys, the two will just collide. After they have collided, body S will exert a force on body T, and then body T will exert the same but opposite force, an equal but opposite force on body S. Are you together? So the forces that they exert on one another is the same. The only difference is their acceleration. Since S is half the mass of T, that means T will be half the acceleration of S. So B is our correct answer over there. Okay, and then now we are told that a sound source approaches a stationary observer at a constant velocity. A sound source is the one which is approaching an observer. So an observer will be detecting the frequency from a sound source. But keep in mind that the sound source is the one which is approaching. Are you together? So the source is moving towards the observer. So if that's the case, guys, it simply means that the frequency detected by the observer will be greater than the frequency emitted by the source. And so the wavelength emitted, or the wavelength detected rather by the observer, will be less than the wavelength emitted by the source. Are you together? So over there, guys, the correct answer is D. The correct answer is D. our wavelength is less than that of the source. However, the frequency observed is greater than that of the source. Okay, and then now we are told that two objects M1 and M2 at distance r apart experience a gravitational force F. The mass of M1 is now doubled, okay, and the distance is halved. The gravitational force between M1 and M2 is now, okay, initially guys, the force between M1 and M2, it was F, ne? And we know that F is just equal to G M1 multiplied by M2 all over R squared. But now there are changes that happened, ne? The new force F new is just equal to G. M1 is double, so it's 2 times M1 multiplied by M2 all over 1 over 2 multiplied by R all squared, since the distance is halved. Are we together? So at the top, I'll simply have 2 multiplied by G, M1 and M2 all over 1 over 4 times R squared. So whenever guys I have fractions within a fraction, I just need to remove that fraction by multiplying the top and bottom by my LCD. Whenever I multiply the top and bottom by 4, I'll have 2 times 4, which is 8, multiplied by G, M1 and M2 all over. At the bottom, guys, the 4's will just cancel one another. I'll be left with R squared. So this is basically 8 times this guy over there. This over here is just equal to F. So the new force will just be 8 times the previous force. So the correct answer will be D. Okay, now let's go to 1.6. An object is thrown vertically upwards towards the ground. The object is thrown vertically downwards, towards the ground from height t with the velocity v. Okay. The object strikes the ground and bounces upwards. It is caught when it reaches its maximum height after it bounces. Okay. These ones are already out of question. Why? Because they just show that before the ball reaches the ground, it reaches maximum height first. And that's not incorrect, since the ball was thrown vertically downwards. Are you together? But we were told that the ball is caught at maximum height. So over here, the ball is not caught at maximum height, because after maximum height, the motion of the ball continues. So B is also out of the conversation. However, A is our correct answer. Okay, and then we are told that a crate is pulled up a slope. A crate is pulled up a slope, and then we are being asked, which of the forces will do zero work on the object? The force that will do zero work on the object, guys, is normal force, ne? Why? Because normal force always acts perpendicular to the surface, and obviously we know that with the work done on an object is just force multiplied by delta x and the cos of theta. Normal force acts perpendicular to the surface, so our theta will be 90 degrees. When theta is 90 over there, that means the work done by that particular force will simply be 0 joules. That's why normal force does no work. Then now we are told that 3 identical spheres x, y, and z are placed together in a triangular arrangement. So each sphere touches each other. The 3 spheres are then moved back to their original positions. When, guys, the 3 spheres touches each other, the electrons will be transferred, and then we will have a new charge. Are you together? And all the spheres will have the same magnitude of the charge. So how do you get the new charge? Since we had 3 charges initially, Q nu is just going to be -5 nanocoulombs plus 0 nanocoulombs plus 2 nanocoulombs all over 3. This will just give us -1 nanocoulombs. So the correct answer over there is A. And then now we are told that a positively charged object has few electrons than neutrons. No. Fewer protons than neutrons. No. Fewer electrons than protons. That's true, guys. Whenever a sphere is positively charged, that simply means that electrons were removed, and hence there are fewer electrons compared to protons. That's why the charge is positive. Okay, and then now we are told that the minimum resistance that can be acquired from connecting or from the connection of two 4 ohm resistors. The minimum resistance, guys, that will be over there. Are you together? This will be the maximum resistance, because you can place these in series. You'll have 4 plus 4, which is just equal to 8. However, the minimum will just be 2 ohm. Will just be 2 ohms. Yeah, that's how, guys, you're supposed to tackle these questions over here. If, guys, there are things you're not sure about, please do ask me on the comment section. I'll definitely come back and respond to you. And secondly, guys, please do like the video if you got helped, and please do subscribe just to help us grow. Yeah, bye.